We're with Jeanette Angel, who is an artist from UBC, and you're up to an interesting project here.
Yes, I am. This is called Lowering Your Carbon Footprint. And what we're trying to do with the students is encourage them to feel what it's like to lower their carbon footprint in their own bodies.
Well, let's see how this works, because we've got a guy all lined up with point shoes on and some blue paint.
He does indeed. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to see what it feels like to have a tiny footprint instead of a really big one. And so he's walking on the tips of his toes to feel what it would be like to lower his carbon footprint. But what he's figuring out is that it actually requires help. He can't do it alone. He needs help to do it.
All right, Josh, so how was that? You just were trying to make a tiny little footprint.
It was cool. I like gray feet.
Now we're joined by Carrie Van Dorp, a biology student, master's student at UBC, and you're helping the kids spot some wildlife out here.
That's the plan. They're seeing all sorts of things. They're not supposed to just look for cute, fuzzy creatures. They're also supposed to be looking for plants and just getting a real perspective on how many different species there are in this tiny little pocket park right down in downtown Kelowna.
How important do you think it is for these kids to come out and have this kind of experience where they're taking the time to stop and look at all the little details?
Well, I think it's key because they can do this really anytime, to look down and see what kind of clover is this, just to have a real awareness of their surroundings in the city.
What fired you up with the passion for wildlife and nature?
I think it started when I was really little. I had the privilege of growing up in a small town in Ontario with a big backyard, and benign neglect is what my mom called it when she let us rove free and find all sorts of things. So whether it was planting seeds and watching things grow, or kind of learning what the weeds were that we were pulling out of the garden before we got to go to the beach. I think my whole life it's just really been fostered with my family. I think that's probably the best way to understand that.
So I mean, I guess it must be cool for you to be down here and sort of sharing that love and hoping to inspire maybe some of these kids with the same kind of passion for wildlife.
But you just look at the kids, they're already passionate. I don't have to do very much. They're so keen to just stare and look and find and draw and write it down and say, what kind of species is that? What is this? I see a bird. What kind of bird is it? And yeah, it's already there, the passion.
So I guess that's the point of this sort of get to know Wild Festival for Youth event, right?
I think so. And it's also mixing really interestingly with arts and creative expression. So it's not just hang out outside and learn what things are, but it's also think about how we relate to it and then create things to establish and develop that relationship that we have with the world around us.
Great, thank you so much. Look at these guys, they're just like intent here,
Yeah.
staring.
Yeah, they don't even care. I'm not even helping them at all.